guys, today I'm doing a video in honor of Rachel Break. I don't know if I pronounced that right. I'm going to read you this article because I know if I post it in the description, none of you guys are going to read it. And it's relatively short. Nope, no it wasn't. No it wasn't. I saw like 2 paragraphs and scrolled and like, there's 2 more. No, 4 paragraphs is not a lot. But I just woke up. I know it's like almost 2 in the afternoon, but I've been up since 8, so I haven't really gotten a lot of sleep. Oh, do I want to read the rest of this? I just read the first 2 paragraphs. I mean, I knew there was kind of more, but I kind of went off on a tangent, so I had to restart the video, so I'm sorry. Anyway, this is a video about her and also transphobia. And I was debating whether or not to do a separate video about my stories by gender, and I guess I will, but if I kind of leaks into that, I do apologize. Anyway, gaming communities are mourning the death of prominent transgender game developer Rachel Break. I'm just gonna first name basis because I'm probably murdering her last name. That was a really bad choice of words, by the way. Who committed suicide on April 23rd. Rachel was plagued with chronic pain, which she told her friends were a result of arthritis and fibromyalgia. Oh yeah, me and my pronunciation of words. She took her own life by jumping from the George Washington Bridge, which connects Manhattan and New Jersey, something she discussed on social media platform Ask FM a few days before her death. Over the past 2 years, Rachel had become one of the most prominent game developers on a software project called Dolphin. She was well known for her work on GameCube and Wii emulators, her favorite being Puka's Kiss. Despite her beloved status in online gaming communities, Rachel commented on a popular 4chan forum that she was withdrawing from various sites because she suffered constant transphobic harassment. After her death, word quickly spread throughout these communities, and forums were flooded with memorial posts in her honor and tributes to her work and collaborative nature. What prompted Rachel's final decision to take her own life remains unclear. This makes me really... just days before her death. I think I skipped something. Yeah. Oh well. Just days before her death, the online harassment she was to for months took a more direct form. Commenters mocked her suicidal comment, saying, jumping off a bridge isn't rocket science. The last note from a commenter simply said, good riddance. To which she replied, yeah, pretty much. Gamers across the world were deeply saddened by the news, and many have used this tragedy to discuss the dangers of transphobia in online communities. One former colleague of Dolphin commented, no matter what, she was always willing to help anyone. Of all the devs, she was the most helpful in the forums, always pitching it. Dolphin is a smaller place without her. Oh god. Are these the comments? Jumping off of bridges and rocket science. Convincing yourself to do it is hard. Not realizing there would be cops on suicide patrol made it harder, since they scared the heck out of me and I hadn't previously thought to make sure I didn't look suspicious. Or even better, if in jail, forced to take mental illness medication that you desperately need. Why do you hate me? Like last time? I guess these are like comments in regards to something she said, and then her reply to them. Meh. Last time was impulsive and a mistake that I did not think through very well. This time is different. Why are people so hateful? Would people with an understanding for empathy cause all this pain purposely to friends and people they love? It is impossible to avoid causing pain. It's true this will cause quite a bit of it, but it's not like I don't already cause my friends a lot of pain by making them watch me suffer. Ultimately, though, I have to do what is best for me. There is only so much I can do for others. There comes a point where the benefit of others is not worth the cost I am paying for it. It's not that I do not understand how much pain it will cause. I do, but the cost of avoiding causes that pain is too high. I cannot afford it anymore. I wish I could, but I can't. You'll be back online in a few days later, thriving from the drama you've created. Nah. We know already because you never shut up about it. I'm not the one asking questions. You don't deserve death. I want it, though. That really, really upsets me. Anyway, I don't know if you can hear Mr. Airplane going over above. People upset me. People upset me a lot. As a mentor for the International Teens Against Bullying, a group that's been around quite a few years in honor of Jamie Rodemeyer, who committed suicide pretty much because of online bullying because he was bisexual. A lot of hateful stuff on him. But I'm also the creator of a suicide awareness page. Now back when I made my page, there wasn't a lot of them on Facebook, so there's tons of them now, but we're very popular, and I'm really, really proud of that I can help people and have people share their stories with me and help change their lives and inspire them. I've, saved a lot of people's lives just by taking like a few minutes to talk to them, and never once, I create like such a safe place for them to talk that you don't see trolls, and if there were, then they'd be probably blocked, deleted, because we don't need that kind of negativity anywhere in my work. I've lost a lot of friends to suicide. A lot of them from the International Teens Against Bullying. I faced a lot of harassment really close in that community. Not the International Teens Against Bullying, but just the LGBT community, as someone who's bigender, gender fluid rather. A lot of my friends are female to male, trans, and naturally I think some of them get upset because I come off as rather androgynous in appearance. You can't really tell what I am, unless I talk, of course. But I have had some people that I considered friends up until that point, get mad at me because, I would be like talking about wanting to come out and stuff, and they'd be like upset about it for some odd reason. I'll do a more in-depth video. I guess it's kind of vague, but because of the way I look, they would get mad because for them, it's like, you don't have to wear a binder, you don't have to wear like 50 bras or whatever to cover your boobs because you don't have any. And that would be really hurtful to me because as someone who's gender fluid, there are times when I'm like okay with that. I'm like, cool, I want to pass as a boy. I want to look how I feel. Because 80% of the time, I would say I'm more masculine than feminine. But there are those very rare times when I want to dress up all pretty in dresses and look really adorable that people put you down even more because it's like, well, where are your boobs? So I've had to become more comfortable with the fact that no matter how my body looks, I am who I am, But you'd be surprised. People don't really realize what transphobia is. They just think, well, there's homophobia. There's people who, I always hated the word like homophobia because you're not afraid of it, as my boyfriend says. You're not afraid of gay people. You're just an asshole, pretty much. Even if that's how you were raised to believe, you know. Transgender people, I don't know the exact statistics. I'll probably have to do a video later on about this. But statistically, you know, we probably take more shit than lesbians and gays, because it's not. I for one, having a lot of trans friends, realize how hard it is for them, because it's a lot harder than going, hey mom, I like girls, or I like boys. Well, that's a trial in itself. It's becoming more acceptable nowadays to be like, well, I have a gay best friend. It's kind of an oddity, like, especially for the few people that have come out to, gender fluid people. I don't know many. I probably only know like one or two, aside from my boyfriend. Which I have to do a video about that, because I'm so proud. That's a recent discovery, if you will. But there was a time, probably like in middle school, where it's like, cool, I have a gay best friend, you know? It was just that thing. It wasn't like, even, try to put this in a way that won't be offensive, but I know it'll be offensive anyway. Nowadays it's more accepting, you know. People don't go around going, oh hey, my best friend's gay. You know, back when I went to school, back in middle school, being gay was like this oddity, and it was like, oh my god, you're gay, that's so cool, you should be my best friend. Or, oh cool, you're a lesbian. You know, I didn't deal with a lot of like homophobia or assholes. I mean, there were a lot of them, and I realized that. But because I was so heavily involved in the LGBT community at a really young age, I was kind of blind to the world around me. It wasn't until recent years, being more involved in the LGBT community, that I realized how bad it was. And then, even more recently, realizing how bad it is for trans people. Back then, it was kind of like I knew they existed. But finding out what gender fluid, bigender was probably in the last like 3 years that I discovered that, and really started realizing that's what I was, to the point that, you know, when I would try to explain what I was, people would be like, so you're like a gay guy trapped in the body of a girl? You know? Because it's weird going, well, I'm a girl, but I don't feel like a girl, and I like girls, but I'm not. I like boys too, sometimes, but not really all the time. It was really, really hard, but realizing I was bigender, or gender fluid and bigender, separate things. I'd have to do a video to explain that as well, but I guess I'll just do that in one video. But figuring out what transgender was, there was a time when it was, for me, I didn't really grow up around the homophobic people. Like, in high school, we had like 2 or 3 trans people in our school, and I just thought it was the coolest freaking thing ever. I looked up to them because they were beautiful, beautiful women. They were, you know, I always admire MTFs more, because I always felt at a young age, no matter what I was born as, I was a boy, and I'm still very content in that, you know. And there are days when I'm like, I'm gonna wear a dress, but I'm a guy wearing a dress. I don't care, you know. It's just the mentality that I have, my how I raised myself, pretty much, because I've grown up in a homophobic family. That's not what they're used to, and they're not willing to change their thoughts on it, you know. Like, I'm going to LGBT prom as a girl, obviously, but my boyfriend is as well, and my mom doesn't understand that. But, oops, hold on, guys. My computer's being a butt. What are you doing, computer? Boop, boop. There you go. Sorry. So, I'm trying to like pass that off like, oh yeah, he's going as a boy, but nah, he's going as a girl. It's gonna be fabulous. It's gonna be awesome. But yeah. there are a lot of people who are weirded out by that. I think as more people come out as trans, people are going to be less of an asshole about it. It's going to become more of a thing like, okay, like with gay people, there are a lot of homophobic people, there are a lot of assholes, but in a sense, it's not like, oh my god, you're gay, burn on a stake. More so, it's just like, oh good, it's another one. That's kind of their mentality. It's like, oh good, it's another gay guy. You know, what's new? With trans people, we're kind of have more people coming out as transgender, and it's good for us. Like gender fluid, I would love to have some celebrity or somebody come out and go, I'm gender fluid, because we need more understanding for that. Because I kind of try to put transgender, I try to put us, gender fluid people, in the same nick as them, because we don't really have a place. It's harder to explain and go, this is what I am, this is how I am, and explain that, than it is to be like, I'm trans. There's a lot of times when I come out as gender fluid that people are like, so you're a hermaphrodite? You're both? You're transgender? You don't know what you want to be? So because they don't understand it so bad, their understanding of it is so little that they decide they're going to be assholes about it. The same thing kind of with trans. Like, while it's coming out more and more, there's still people who are going to go, oh, well, you were born in the body of a boy. You have to be a boy. You can't be a girl, you know. And trans isn't anything new, but it's still less accepted than being gay or lesbian. Like, that's just, I'm a girl who likes girls. I'm a guy who likes guys. It's not something that a lot of people were raised to believe in, or that they're, you know, going to be okay with, but it's just that thing. You know, it's like, okay, guys like guys, girls like girls. It's harder to wrap your mind around. This is a person that was born a girl who wants to be a guy, you know? And gender fluid, it's like, what? You can't be both. You can't want to be both. You can't do that. You can, and I do. And it's really hard to understand, but I guess I'll do a video on that, because I've probably thrown so much information at you guys. And it's been 17 minutes, so I do apologize. I wanted it to be a really short video, so 2 videos today! Yay! But this one will be posted on my The Angel Speak project, and my follow-up video about me being bi gender fluid or whatever will be posted on my main channel, where the first one is, where you guys can watch that. So my main thing is, you know, just rest in peace to a lovely woman. Bullying. I can't wrap my mind around bullying. I've been mentoring LGBT online for 4 years, 5 years now, and I still can't wrap my mind around how rude and horrible people are, you know. I guess I'm just blind to it most of the time. Not that I see it so much that it's just like, It's that I genuinely don't see it. I think this should be a wake-up call to us. Like, even if you're not accepting to LGBT, you shouldn't be an asshole about it. You know, people have opinions, and while I say, you know, everyone's entitled to their own opinions, people should stop and think for a minute. Is the hateful thing that I'm going to say going to hurt someone so bad that they take their life? And do I want to be an asshole enough to urge them to do so? And I know there's a lot of hateful people in the world who don't like trans people, who would rather them be dead, but I think those are the kind of people that need to stop before they type it or say it and think to themselves. No matter what that person is, lesbian, gay, straight, trans, you're urging someone to kill themselves. You think that their life isn't worth living. How uncomfortable should you be with your decisions in life versus theirs? Is them liking, you know, the same sex or wanting to be a different sex than they were born really as bad as you being that asshole who's telling them, hey, you should stop breathing, you know? And that's another thing I dealt with a lot in middle school for going through my weird gender dysphoria, you know? And I'm still here, and that's why I make these videos, so you guys know, you know, it gets better. No matter how shitty these videos are, and I'm sorry I've dropped the A word and various other older words the entire time, but I do apologize. I just woke up. It's 2 o'clock right now, so yeah, just I'll do video more coherently and stuff, follow up to my previous video, and explain what my life is like and what it's like dating someone who's also like me, which is perfect. And I should probably do a video with him, but I want to do a video kind of for him to tell him it's okay and stuff, and then you guys can meet him. You guys kind of already have met him, but you haven't met him as I know him yet. So anyway, this is just a little thought for you guys to think before you say anything. And if you know anybody who's trans or gender fluid, let them know that it is okay, that no matter what the assholes online say or in real life, don't worry, because their words mean nothing. Your life means more than their hate. You know, you're gonna do great things, and if, you know, by the end of the day you don't have someone hating on what you're doing, you're not doing it right. These people who hate are jealous, or they don't understand anything. And they're jealous, it's because you're doing something that they could never do. You know, you're breaking new ground, you're inspiring people, you're changing lives, and they're just being haters behind a keyboard, typing out things or make a change in the world, positive change instead of negative one. So ignore them the best you can. Like I ignore mine. You know, they get ignored, they get blocked. You know, what's a few dislikes and hate comments on a video that's supposed to open people's eyes and change the world? So that's how I see it. To Rachel, you know, very sorry the world you had to live in, and I hope your story will open up people's minds to how cruel they are. Probably not, but hopefully a few people will reconsider being assholes to trans people and gender fluid people as well. So, once again, I'm sorry for keeping you guys for 22 minutes. There will be another video, which will probably be just as long, coming up right after this one on my other channel, so look forward to that one as well. I love you, and I see you in the next video. Bye-bye!